we're talking about OCP and trying to, reduce costs, I wanted to make, public that we have OCP provided by DOW now. And, if you're in this webinar, Gavin's probably already talked to you about the opportunities available with this DOW olefin copolymer. But olefin copolymer has historically been the most cost-effective option for adding viscosity. So we're talking essentially dollars per centistoke. Olefin copolymers, just because of that 100,000 plus molecular weight. So if you have something that, especially for engine oils, but things that aren't going to take the same levels of load and speed and shear of industrial hydraulics, olefin copolymer is great for engine oils, way oils, greases, where they're not experiencing such high levels of shear. So it can end up saving a lot of formulation costs instead of those high viscosity synthetic base oils. And then another thing is, okay, well, we're going to continue beating up on the mPAO for a little bit, but just this last slide. But okay, let's say, all right, well, you go, okay, no, but I am making an industrial gear oil. It has to shear less than 15%. I can't use olefin copolymer, so I've got to use this, high viscosity polybutene or high viscosity mPAO. I have to. But then there's options, there's alternative options. So, mPAO or polybutene are going to get you very, very high shear stability. Your viscosity loss in 20-hour KRL might be 2% or 5 SS. It might be like 2 to 5 SSI with an mPAO or a polybutene. But your margin for formulating is you can go up to, if it's shearing grade, you can go up to 20 SSI essentially and still shearing grade. So yes, you can make a product that has virtually no shear, but the specification is letting you dial that back up to a kind of a shearing grade or up to 20% shear loss. Some specs say 15% loss or less, but essentially the same thing. So if you go with a shear stable PMA like our MG1000, initially, if you're at the low viscosity, they're going to be pretty cost competitive with one another. But once you get above 30 ISO 100, the MG1000, although it's more expensive per pound, the viscosity it's adding means that you're using less and you actually end up saving more. So this is kind of an important point to consider for many other applications is, the thickening efficiencies might look different or the economics might look different at the low viscosity. So, I'm not showing you below ISO 100 where the cost savings favor the mPAO, but the situation can flip where above ISO 100, now we're saving costs by using the MG1000 and we're making something that shears within specification. It's not going to shear as well as an mPAO formulation or a polybutene formulation, but it's going to come out, up to 17% cheaper. So it is going to save some cost. And that's, as a formulator, that's a decision that you have to make is that, the specification, you can go out to 15 or 20% viscosity loss. So, the mPAO is something that you can take advantage, or the MG1000 or similar really shear stable PMAs